Mm, interesting. Mm. Hello and welcome. I'm Andrea, and here we are. It is July already. Can you believe that 2025 is half over? I think I said that last time. Anyway, welcome everyone. As you start to come in, it's very exciting. A lot's different this time around, and we'll get into that. I'm going to just look in the chat really quickly. Liza, you were here so quick, it's so early. So, welcome to you. And hi, Babs, you were very early as well. Bruno, good to see you. And Miss Jan, so beautiful to have you here, Jan. So enjoyed our time together in the UK. Oh my gosh. And to see all of the students there that I had known online, what a wonderful it was like a dream come true. So I wanna thank all the students that met me over there in the UK for those classes. It was amazing. We also had an extra event that was just channeling, and, so if you're new around here, wow, a lot of my momentum, personal momentum here is toward channeling. And Reiki was really the gateway that helped me um, go in that direction, starting all those years ago back in 1995. It's interesting, hindsight, isn't it? And what I would say is that that is what I've referred to Reiki as a gateway, hence the name of my podcast, Beyond the Reiki Gateway, where we explore all kinds of spiritual topics. So sometimes people tell me, I think even at the UK classes, they said, "You have a podcast?" And they didn't even know. So I guess I don't talk about it enough, but it's a pretty cool show. Yeah, so check it out. It's even here on YouTube, but we do all the audio stuff beyond the Reiki Gateway. Looking here too. Oh, I see Sarah. Beautiful. Deirdre. Nice to see you. Mariana. Yes. Hi. Ethel. Cactus Smithy. Hi there. Nancy. I can't go through all of these right now. And I want to just say, wow, how cool is this, right? I've been doing this a long time, and to see the numbers go up and up, it's really quite spectacular. It is really a holiday starting out here in the US for 4th of July. And so, whatever group we have today, oh, it is divinely ordered. I have no doubt about that. So, oh, we've put in the chat a link to the podcast website so you can find everything there if you're interested. And you need a little something to listen to and maybe get your brain pondering some new things. At least that's what we try to do there. Ooh, Dubai. Welcome. Yes. Oh, you're new here, Gloria. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. All right. So, with that being said, my goodness, what are we going to do today? I do want to just tell you a couple quick things. Um, Exciting news, almost. I'll be teaching in person, I think, in Ann Arbor, Michigan in October. I can't tell you really more than that because I haven't um, finalized the arrangements yet. Haven't signed that contract, but when I do, I'll update my website and I'll put it out as quick as I can. So those of you who want to join me in person can do that. I'll be teaching the one and two and the master, and we'll be doing a channeling event as well, just like we did in the UK. It, I think, was pretty impactful. Feedback was very, very good. So that's pretty exciting. I haven't taught in person since before the pandemic. So um, the classes in the UK were quite remarkable. Other things, animal Reiki, if you've ever wanted to take that with me, final chance. I'm not going to be teaching animal Reiki after the classes that are now listed on my website. So if you could, um, you know, see if you want to join me, that's awesome. But animal Reiki is coming to an end, and in July this month, if you want to learn online with me, I have some spots available in the one and two class and the master. So perhaps I'll meet you there. Gosh, what else? Oh, and if you want a Reiki session with me, I'm sorry, but I do channeling and mentoring sessions instead. If you want Reiki, I have a small list of trusted people. They're called the featured practitioners, and they're on my website. So if you're interested in a Reiki session, and some of them offer even more things than Reiki, like crystals and coaching and things, but I would go to them if I was looking for a Reiki practitioner. And so you might want to check that list out. Featured practitioner. Yeah. Um, why am I ending? I see that in the chat. The animal Reiki classes, I love those classes, let me tell you, but there are only so many hours in the day. And with channeling taking more of a front and center approach for me, I do feel that that is a large part of why I'm here on the planet right now. Um, I have to let go of some things. And so um, I will continue to teach the 1 and 2, the Holy Fire 1 and 2 class, as well as the Holy Fire Master class. I'm still planning on teaching Karuna, but online. We'll see about that in-person class in Ann Arbor in October, and then we'll go from there. People are asking me if I'm going to teach channeling. So that's also an idea that I am considering in the future. So, we all grow and expand, and sometimes it's tough to make those decisions, but I'm sure you know what I mean and you can understand where I'm coming from. There are other wonderful teachers out there as well. And so I'm sure you'll be guided to just the right teacher for you. It seems to work out just like that. Other than that, gosh. Oh, and those of you here on YouTube, I think my next video is going to be telepathy, to helping you clear away what stands in your way so you can remember that skill of telepathy. We're going to do a video, a Reiki video about that. I think that's the next one. I need to stop talking. So how this event's going to go, I used to have my crystal grid and all of that. It's actually right over there. I still use my crystal grid, but this time together is an energetic transmission that I'm going to be offering you through my voice, which that's already been happening, but through my voice, through my presence. I often will close my eyes. Doesn't have anything to do with my eyes. When we put music to the replay of this portion and we put that out tomorrow, the magic's not in the music. You can always turn that down or just come back and watch um, this version without the music. So music's never the magic in my videos. You can always turn that down. But energy is coming through my voice and just the presence here. And if you cannot understand English, if you cannot have the volume up, simply intend to fully receive and just play the video as you can. It'll all work out. Why? Because we are so much more than we realize. Use your intention to fully receive for exactly what you need right now. I see a couple of people have asked to have their names in the grid. That's totally fine. I will review all of these comments at the end. And what we will do is we will put your name in there. It is also my intention that anyone who is in the chat is added to the healing work that I do behind the scenes when I'm not on live like this. It is a joy to be here with you, and my heart sings. My heart sings to be here with you. And so let us begin. My hands may or may not be up like this, offering you Reiki. It's all right. It's emanating through every pore of my being and then some. So I would invite you now to join me because you have power in your energy. You have power in ways that you do not realize. And so what I would ask you to do is join me in sharing an intention. Let us make an agreement in this moment that we are creating a field, a unified field of energy, of sacred energy between you and myself. Whether you're here live or you watch it later, it doesn't matter. But you and I share a connection. And in this space, let us now invite the highest spiritual frequencies to join us, your higher self and mine. The emissaries of light are already present, already broadcasting, already in this space with us. If you have certain beings or angels that you like to work with, invite them in now. There is so much love and support and care for you, and many are watching. They're watching your life, the decisions you make, your emotions as you move through this life. And they watch you with compassion. They watch you with interest. You are intelligent and wise, and what you choose and how you choose it and how you move through this lifetime is rippling out from you in ways that you can never fathom. And so we invite the frequencies of energy to support what we're going to do here in a moment, as long as our highest good is their highest priority. They're welcome. Take a breath in your body, your beautiful body, and feel that breath move into your body. That breath connects your consciousness to the physical body. It is a sacred connection. It is unique only to you in this lifetime. And let us arrive in this moment, opening up to the agreement that you are ready to receive energy that is completely in tune with where you are on your journey. It has nothing to do with your age, nothing to do with who you are, what roles you play in this lifetime. None of that matters. You are a being of light connected to this physical body, having an experience completely unique to your soul, your energy, who you are. And you came here with purpose, and you are succeeding. You are succeeding at every turn, and you are invited to set aside what no longer serves you. The judgmental rattling off of thoughts in your mind, release them now. Stillness may be yours. Stillness, connection, relaxation of your body. What you choose to think and what you choose to focus on, these are your decisions to make. And you are sovereign in your energy. And it is important for you to know today about boundaries and how you discern and you decide what boundaries are suitable for you at any given moment. You lock your front door. That is a boundary. Do you want the parade walking through your front door with their muddy boots, dirtying your floors? You close your door, you lock it, and you allow who you choose to come into your home. Do you not do this with your energy? It is your right. It is a covenant that you hold with the universe, God, creator, whoever you choose to see as the presence that you are and are still connected to through the body. You have sovereignty, and it is true. You are invited to step into the sovereignty. Have your boundaries. Love yourself, your home first. And then from this place of balance, stability, safety, engage with the world around you. Always retreating and knowing and sleeping and being at peace in your home, within yourself. You need not be carried off in the chaos. That is a choice that you are making because you are choosing where to focus. You are invited to choose a focus of peace. There will be some that do choose to focus on the chaos. You do not need to do that. If you are listening thus far, you have an awareness about you. You have a knowing that you are here for something greater. You are here to be awake, and you are here to help guide humanity through the times that we are in to where we are going. It is so. And if you are aware that much, you are aware and you do know that what you focus on expands, what you focus on energizes. And so when you focus on the chaos, you are energizing the chaos and you are falling into the rhythm that the chaos originators, the chaos instigators would appreciate you do for them. When you come home to the self, when you know peace, and when you see with objectivity what is going on, without judgment, that gets you off balance. When you do that, you become an anchor for the vibrations that you wish to see in the world. But it starts with you and how you anchor. It starts with you and where you focus. You are aware, and therefore you have decisions to make. You have choices and responsibilities. And we are sorry if this is unsettling. But you came here with purpose, and the call is now. And so if you are focusing on things that bring you insanity, stop focusing there. Turn it off and return to self. Your breath is with you every moment for a reason. Your breath was gifted to you as an anchor point for your conscious mind, your thinking mind. Your thinking mind can get you into all sorts of trouble. It can also help solve problems, but intuition is a key. Inspiration and intuition bring you to solutions that your thinking mind, in and of itself, has no access to. Focus on your intuition, focus on your discernment, focus on the feeling senses of your body. Telepathy, yes, we'll be talking more about that. That is all part of this because it is a language of old, a language that you originated with. There was no language to learn. It is inherent within you, and it is yours at any moment. The other languages that you may speak were put on top of that language. It is time now to excavate back to who you truly are. In this example and all aspects of your life, what roles are you playing that are no longer in alignment with your energy? Is that not living a lie? If you wish to step into the light of who you are in this lifetime, you are asked, you are invited to become quiet within yourself, tuning in on the breath and the body, the power that is emanating within you. You are asked to tune into that, and your focus there shall unfurl the gifts that you showed up with in this lifetime that you have yet to know. Many of you wish to be special. Many of you wish to have influence, to make a difference. And you're looking outside yourself for the things that you need to do out here. The answers for that are in here. The answers for that are in here. No other person can tell you your destiny. That is what you co create with the energy of who you are, with this physical body that you are invited to love and care for with great respect, because it is not by accident that you have the particular vehicle that you have. There are no accidents here. You would not have left these things to chance, and the universe would not have left it to chance with you. Co creation is happening, but what are you focusing on? Tune into yourself, love yourself. And if that is too far for you to leap in this moment, trust us now and feel a vibration coming to you, emanating to you now of remembrance of who you truly are. Many will be asking what they do now. Where do they go from here? How do they work with this? And the answer is to sit. Sit without interference, perhaps with pen and paper. The truth is very simple, you see. You do not need apps on your phone, special cushions to sit on to meditate. Simply be in whatever space that you find yourself. Tune into the breath. And if thoughts arise in your mind, that's completely natural. We will give you an exercise that may help you tune in to who you truly are. On your paper, you may write something such as, I now invite my higher self to connect with me in palpable ways so that I can sense, feel, and know the wisdom, the guidance, the energy through the lens of my higher self. Be with me now, and so it is. Inviting your higher self to be with you is a vibration of truth unlike any other. Your higher self, your higher levels of consciousness know exactly who you are, why you are here, what you have done, what you have not done, and the possibilities that are now open to you at any given moment. So the guidance your higher self can provide you is immense and limitless. All that stands between you and this is the pen and the paper until you no longer need the pen and the paper, and the dialogue is natural. On your paper, you may then Write a question, perhaps something simple. What is most important for me to know at this point in my journey, or on this day, or about this event or that? Start simply at first, and then follow your guidance, what feels right for you, and move ahead accordingly. There is nothing you can Google about this. That is unnecessary. It is you and only you, because you are that precious, you are that wise, you are that connected, and you are that powerful. And so, if you are ready to embark on a journey that only you can have, to write the story that only you may put on the paper, this is a way to begin. And we invite you here in this space. The time is now. And if ever you wanted to be activated, to come alive for what you came here to do, take this as that. We thank you for your time and attention. And for those who wish to be in the healing grid, place your name in the chat if you have not already. And we feel it appropriate to begin the list anew. So, those of you who have requested in the past, please request again, for the grid has changed, up leveled. And we will have her constructed the next time that we meet. So, place the names in the chat, send them to her, and you will be included in the next level of grids for the highest of healing and possibilities, openness, and readiness to begin this next part of your journey with reverence and gratitude. Thank you. She will take your questions in a moment as well, but let us have a moment. All right. Well, that was totally different than anything we've ever done together before. How about that? All right. Woo. Yes, please put your names down. Yeah. 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 So next month I will have a new grid for you. I've been I have a new base that I was guided to get, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it or anything, but apparently all that's going to come through. What a wonderful thing. I hope the message resonated with you, but on the other hand, it's okay if it didn't. You know, everything is with purpose, and those who are meant to hear this will hear it, and those who aren't, at that point, there's no hierarchy here. There's no up and down. There's no greater or lesser, at all. So I gave announcements and when we started, I'm not quite in my thinking mind. I haven't been this whole time really, but oh, you know what I didn't tell you? I should tell you this because those of you who are interested in learning and seeking and hearing different perspectives about things will, I think, appreciate this. I am part of the Somatic Healing Summit, and that's coming out this month. It's coming out shortly. And I'm sorry, I don't remember the date. Is it the 27th? I'm not sure. Perhaps the team knows. Sorry. But the Somatic Healing Summit, I gave a talk there, and there are a lot of wonderful people involved in the summit, and you can tune in for free, and I hope you will. I hope you will. It was really quite a joy working with them. Very professional, and it was a very positive experience. There it is in the chat for you, the Somatic Healing Summit, and yeah, you can use that link and sign up. Um, Let me see if there was anything else. I think I hit everything. If you do want more channeling, in my last newsletter, it came out earlier this week. I always send a newsletter a couple of days before this live event each month, which is always the first Thursday. In the newsletter, I had a channeling from the UK class, that event. And so you might check that out. It's on my website also right now in the blog if you want to go there. But for future newsletters, you can sign up through the link there. So thank you so much for the links in the chat and everything. It means a lot that um, uh, to have the help and assistance in order to serve in higher ways to get you the information that I can, as I do my part in this great transformation that we're going through. Yes. All right. And so I hope that you have some questions. Um, so in the second half of the hour, I can take your questions and we'll see where we go with this. Okay. And so, yeah, if you do write question there at the beginning, we probably won't get to everyone's questions just because, but we'll see what we do. Journey said, your message is exactly what I needed to hear and was hoping, oh, that means a lot. Thank you, Journey 222, because yeah, you know, I didn't know what we were doing today. Oh, the grid. Somebody's asking question metaphysical angel question, what is the grid? Ah, I love this because, you know, some of you haven't been around or, maybe you're just not sure what the grid is. So I appreciate that because I'm sure there are other people going, what is she even talking about? So, yes, I don't have my spare one over here. But over on the other side of my room, and in earlier live streams, you will see that I have a grid. And so it was a Reiki crystal healing grid. And the base of it, the base of it is a picture of a world peace healing grid from the North Pole. And William Rand, who's a Reiki person, a lot of people know him. He's been my teacher before, among others. He placed 6 grids all around the world and then therefore world peace. So the base of my grid is a photograph of one of those. And then what we used to do years ago, because I started this a long time ago, people would write their names in the chat and everything, and I would take their names and I would put them in the grid. Now, the grid is for healing. So if your name is in the grid, then I would charge that grid with Reiki. And um, I would, sorry, I'm a little distracted. I would place your name in the grid, and as I charge that grid, you're receiving distance Reiki. Okay. So that's the whole idea of the grid. It's also amplifying world peace because the Reiki is going to that grid, which is part of that network of 6 grids placed around the world. So, there's a lot I could say about that. I teach how to build that grid in my Reiki masterclass. Okay. And also how to work with a single crystal for healing as well. But there are many kinds of grids out there. And I bet some of you in the chat work with crystal grids. So then what I started, I received guidance that I needed to place a lattice, a wooden lattice, sacred geometry on top of that. And so in one of the videos, I don't know, maybe it was a year ago or something, then, oh, can you explain what it looks like? Oh, uh, mm, hold on just a second. getting my thing. Okay. So this is the grid that I took to the UK, and it's all curled up because I haven't unpacked it. But this is the actual picture of the grid. Okay. But this without the curl in it, I have over there. And then I put the Metatron's cube on top of it. Okay. Bear with me a second. Hold on. Okay. So that gives you kind of an idea. I've got some crystals that are about ready to fall off there, but this gives you kind of an idea of the grid itself. Okay. And you see the wood on top? That is the Metatron's cube, I think. But again, I just get what I'm guided to get. So I don't know all the names for things. It's really the energy that's important, not the labels that we give it. And so anyway, so I went to that, and then that started to feel, oops, hold on. Okay. So that started to feel not quite in alignment anymore. Very good, but I felt like there's something else coming. And for some reason, a decagon, like whoever works with a decagon. Anyway, I'll talk more about that next month. So if you're interested in this whole decagon thing, I need to get more information about it myself, but it has started coming through. And some of you might ask, who are you channeling? That's the Emissaries of Light. And I've talked about that before, but I think I have to write an article or something about it that I can post somewhere for people because the question's coming in a lot. But that's what the Reiki grid is. So it's for distance healing from me and the Emissaries of Light, which I've never really said before like that, but this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. I hope that's helpful about what a Reiki grid is. And what it does, it can send it sends continuous healing. You know, you can charge it up, and then it for let's say 10 minutes, and then because the crystals are there in it, then they continue that connection and continue sending the Reiki energy, and then charge it up again, and it um, continues that cycle. Yes. Thank you so much for the donation too, by the way. And the super thanks also is really so appreciated. Thank you. Best way to connect to universal life force. Do you attunements ever fade? Oh yeah. So the thing is, attunements actually don't. And in the style of Reiki that I teach, Holy Fire, I have some videos on the channel about Holy Fire and energy healing versus Reiki, you know, all of that kind of thing. It's in the Reiki 101 playlist. But attunements don't fade out. But what happens is if somebody doesn't use Reiki much, then it just doesn't feel as much, you know, doesn't feel as strong or whatever. I think a large part of that is our perception of thinking like, oh, I haven't done this in a long time, so we expect it to be weak. I think that is a large part of it. But if you just start to practice again, then what happens is it does get stronger and stronger. Yes. Yeah. I would say anybody can tune into life force energy, but in my experience, when someone has the Reiki attunement or the placement, it it amplifies that so much. And I bet we've got some people in the chat that would attest to that. I bet that that's true. So if you have experience with that, yeah, let us know in the chat. Like before Reiki, after Reiki, you know, those attunements or placements. Yeah. I hope that's helpful. Jacaranda. Can we get any crystal for the grid? Okay. So yes, you can. So because I don't believe in absolutes. So when I teach the class, you know, you get the big scoop. But what I would say is quartz is very good because it's like a universal, very strong conductor. and it's very focused. You see, it's very clean. If you do rose quartz, it's going to have a little bit different property. And so just be mindful and use your discernment about what to use in your grid. Also, there's nothing wrong. I'm going to say this. There's nothing wrong if you are out and you find a little rock or something, um, something like this, who my dear friend Razia found and gave me. And it has a little imprint of a shell, or there's a fossil in there or something. It's incredible. This is amazing. I love this. And so I'm going to use this. And, it may not be in the center of my grid, but it's going to be around it because I like to put different crystals around that for those properties. And anyway, so if you find a rock that gets your attention and you love it, use it in your practice. You don't have to go to the crystal shop for every little thing because they say that those crystals are special, or, anything else like that. It's about resonance. What gets your attention? What makes you go, ooh, wow, I love that? When you do that, that's a connection that you've made with something. That's not nothing. That's energy. That's substantial for a reason. And so, but all of that being said, I do very much use quartz in the center of my grid. The other version over there that I was showing you, that one actually does have rose quartz. I was just guided to set that grid up like that. And yes, it was sacred geometry. Somebody asked that in the chat. Oh, got it. Decagon. Yes, it's sacred geometry too, but I'll have to explain that one next month when we meet. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of rambling on there. I hope that that's okay. I hope that I answered that. But follow your guidance as to what crystals to put in. Always, always. Yes. How often do grids need to be charged? Oh, okay. So in class, in our manual, it says that charge it every day. Yeah. And I think it's a nice ritual to have. But you're talking to me here. So I have something else to say about that because that's kind of what I do. Um, I don't charge my grid every day. One of the reasons I don't charge my grid every day is I tune into it and I charge my grid when I feel that it needs it. So if you're not sure, then charge it. But over time, I've worked with Reiki grid for like, I don't know, 20 years or something. I mean, a long, long, long time. So I'm very familiar with my grid, and I communicate energetically with my grid as far as I can tune into it and I can know when it might need more. Sometimes I take it all apart and then I rebuild it too. Again, when do I do that? When I just feel like it needs it. That's all. So follow your guidance, but if you're new to it and you want to make sure it's working and you don't want to take any chances, just charge it every day, and it can become a nice little ritual that you do maybe every morning or something like that. Um, always, always put you in your grid and your family, and any other things that are have your heart's attention. Make sure you put that in as well. Okay. I hope that's helpful. I've taken level 1, 2, 3 online, but not have practice. Shall I retake the course or just starting the practice and get better? Well, if you take the course again, is that going to satisfy the practice? What I would say is taking a Reiki class is just the beginning. Taking a Reiki class is like getting a library card and meeting with the librarian who tells you how the library works and, how to access the information in the library. But it's you checking out a book and reading it that really gives you the value that the library has to offer. So with Reiki, it's kind of the same thing. Taking a Reiki class is just your entry point. The value comes in the practice. So, yes, you can retake your classes if you feel as though your classes that you already have weren't quality enough for you, or you have too many questions, or you don't feel confident, maybe. If something's lacking in your classes, you can retake those. Totally. But if you feel like the classes were pretty decent, but gosh, you just need to practice more, then you need to practice. And then that's how you get better. And that's how you heal yourself, along with self Reiki, right? But offering Reiki to others is also very healing. And when you offer Reiki to other Reiki people, wow, that's amazing because then you can talk about the session. You can talk about the sensations or what came up for you. That adds such a level, or I'm sorry, it adds such a deeper experience to the practice. There's another level of education there. A class cannot give you that, whether it's online or in person. Even in person, you don't have the opportunity usually to go very deep into that and practice and get feedback over and over in a meaningful way. And in my classes, we do some, but that's to help the student feel like, oh, I can do that afterward, after this class. And then they go do it. I have the Mainstream Reiki community is an online community. It's separate from social media and it's for Reiki people. And so if you've taken Reiki training, but you need practice, I have an answer for you. And that is the plus level of the MRC, because in there we do Reiki swaps every month where we pair you. If you want to participate, you put your name down and we pair you up and you swap a session. So you give a session and you receive a session every month with a partner and you get to talk about it. Last night was our Reiki share. And so um, members came and then they worked together in breakout rooms to share Reiki, two giving to one at a time. And they talk in between each session. So in the rooms, we had three people. So two give to one, and then they visit, and then they switch. Two give to the next person, and they talk about it. That type of experience, you cannot get any other way. I mean, you have to be in the energy in order to gain the experience. And that's what practice is. So you can take a million classes and still not know very much about Reiki and how it really works because it's in the experience that everything emerges for you. That's where the understanding lies. That's where the insight is. That's where your personal growth, that's where you evolve, is with the practice. We also, in the community, I also did a self Reiki session this morning. So we have a self Reiki, guided self Reiki with me live every week. All the recordings are in there. So there's a lot there. So I wanted a place where Reiki people could come together and get practice and talk with each other. So we can chat and ask questions, and there's a lot of things in there. And so you can find more information out. I'm sure the link is in the chat, but it's members.mainstreamreiki.com, or just go to my website. But we have amazing and lovely people in there. And it's not a membership that you just go to and nothing ever happens. We have a lot of events in there for you because that's where you learn. And that's why it's important. And some people don't have people in their lives that support them doing Reiki. This is a place where it's all Reiki. No ads, no trolls, nothing. It's a lovely place. All right. I hope that's helpful, but just practice. Whether you are in the community or you find family members or friends, practice, 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 and don't forget self Reiki. Yes. Yes, Eilish attended the self Reiki. She just put that in the chat. Is there an area on our planet which you feel is most important to focus on at this time? Oh, well, that's a question not for me. So let me see what comes through for that. Hmm. So I'm judging this before I speak, so I'll just say it. So what's coming through is it's actually the South Pole, the south part of the planet down there, um, is instrumental in having the energy move through the ley lines and the power places on the planet. And so it is at the south. And here's the thing, it's not the actual South Pole, but it's near there. So the southern area of the planet, it would be around where the South Pole is, magnetic South Pole. So that's what's coming in at the magnetic South Pole. Energy can be better utilized because there's a lack of density in population and thought form energy and collective consciousness there. So that if we will offer energy there, it's sort of like an energetic doorway or gateway to the rest of the planet. And so that's very interesting. I love that question. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, neat. Why do you think I'm not enough? Why do I think I'm not enough? And what can I do to change this frame of mind? Ah, well, yes. You think you're not enough simply because you have structures put upon your energy. So the image that we are showing her right now is a garden where there is a structure with lattice over the top. So if you stand underneath the lattice and the sun is shining brightly, the shadow of the lattice will be upon you. There's no escape as long as you stay underneath the framework of the lattice. You are defined by shadow being upon you. You cannot escape that. However, when you realize that you can step off the deck and into the garden where there is only sky, when you realize that, you walk and you free yourself of the framework that defined you. And so, in this way, you are defined as not enough. You were told things and you observed things and you agreed to things the way things are when you were young. And so, you took that framework and it is though you are underneath it. You, through your level of agreement, constructed that lattice that is casting the shadow on you. It is by your agreement then that that's dismantled and you walk in the garden free of it. Your agreement, what you choose, is the key. Now, Reiki is unique in that you do not have to identify with your thinking mind the framework, the agreements, all of the details that got you to that place. You do not have to uncover or define that for your healing to take place. Holy fire energy is especially mm, impactful as far as finding the, we will say, difficult to locate energies and agreements. Agreements is the word, agreements is highlighted. It finds the agreements and it helps loosen that energy and heal that. You must be willing to become another person. That is the fear factor that holds many people back. You must be willing to become a new person because these agreements that you've made, and this is for you and for all of us, the agreements that you have made, mostly when you were a child, but all through your experiences of life about who you are, that formed your identity. Not enough. Fill in the blank with anything that you feel is fitting. But you've been defined in a certain way through your level of agreements. So you are in a role, in a play of life. You have the power to rip up that script and play a new role. But the other people in your life, the other people in the play, are expecting you to stick to your role, and you better say those lines correctly because that's who you agreed to be in those relationships. And so if you decide to work outside of those agreements, if you decide to break those agreements and seek higher ones, be ready because not all those in your life will support that. That is where a lot of fear comes in for people, and they stay in the shadow of what they created yesterday because at least they know what that is. And perhaps they don't want to rock the boat and take on water that they're not sure what to do with. So there can be uncertainty, but we would invite you to use your level of discernment and Reiki energy because Reiki will be gentle with you and it will help you have insights along the journey to help your thinking mind work alongside the emotions. We hope that that's helpful. Yes. I feel very euphoric during Reiki. Is this part of it? Oh, symptoms of Reiki. Yes. Well, yes. Oh, that's so funny. I'm reminded, one of our featured practitioners, her Reiki business here in Michigan is called Reiki Euphoria. Isn't that interesting? Um, yes. Yeah, I would say that because, Reiki, when we offer Reiki or when we receive Reiki, we're opening up to a vastness of acceptance without limitations, without judgment, love. What is not to be euphoric about that? In truth, you are allowing yourself in the session to quite literally feel free from what might limit you otherwise. There's a letting go that can happen in Reiki. And one of my clients would say, I love the sessions, Andrea. Reiki takes me to a place with no words. And she would probably agree with you that it was euphoric. So that's totally part of it, I would say. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Just don't forget that you're in a body for a reason. So, enjoy that, but we need you here. Yes. Oh, hi, Nancy. Do you intend to add animal Reiki to the MRC? I don't know. I'm spread a little thin as it is. I've thought about it before in the community. I'm not sure what that would look like, but I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm thinking about doing some bigger changes in the community, some good things, but maybe simplifying some things in there. And Mighty Networks, that's the platform that I use. They have come out with lots of really cool um, new options for us. And so I don't know, but you're making me think about it, Nancy. I will say that. So thank you for the question. I appreciate that. Oh, so many options for things. Yes. Oh, I wish I could do everything, all my ideas and all your ideas too. So that could be a really great addition. I'm going to think about that. Thanks, Nancy. I'll let you know. How do you know what to listen to intuit? Oh my gosh, we're at the hour. I didn't know that. Okay, last question. How do you know what to listen to intuitively when there is so much information dealing with something overwhelming? Mm. How do you know what to listen to intuitively when they're dealing with something overwhelming? Oh, so I'm reading your question to be like, it isn't the intuition isn't so much information, but it's information overload and you're trying to tune in. Yeah, I think if it I'm deciding if I'm answering this. I'm gonna answer this and then we'll see if there's more to offer. What I do is I just go off by myself and I turn off all the input and I might just lay on my bed and stare at the ceiling and just breathe and not do a whole lot. Maybe do a little self Reiki and just go into a calm place and then ask myself, what do I know for sure? What do I know for sure? And start there and then begin to work my way out from that. Okay. So I hope that that's helpful because the thing is, um, yeah. So this is what's coming through. The other thing to do is if you know Reiki, or maybe if you don't, put your hands over your head like this and maybe just put your elbows down because think about it, you're shielding all of this stuff out. You're not looking at it, you're not thinking about it. And if you're offering Reiki to yourself, you are Reikiing the front of your brain, your eyes, all of your nervous system, and you're helping yourself relax. It's as though you're shutting the curtains on all the stuff and you're helping yourself to create that space for yourself to feel intuitively. And I think it's about getting calm and then moving forward one step. What do I know for sure right now? Yes. And invite the answer there. I hope that that's helpful, Stephanie. This has just been, yeah, what an hour. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I so appreciate that. And your questions and your comments, and I'll go through them all. And thank you again for the donation. It's very helpful because as I want to offer more and branch out and do different things, resources are important. Because um, I wish it wasn't, but it is very helpful as I look to how I might expand and offer you more. So I do appreciate that very, very much. Thank you all. And next time, I think it's September 4th next time. Who knows what in the world we're going to do there? I can't wait to find out. Oh, yeah, but we're going to do the grid, right? The new grid. I will talk to you about it then. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Take care. Until next time. Bye.